Hello everyone, this video will be for Final Cutter users and I will show you the new features that I have added to the add-on for the next update. So when I update Final Cutter, I will also update Random Flow at the same time with its new features as well. Okay, so let's begin with Polyline. Polyline has two new hotkeys that you can activate in the model mode or when you're in the polyline cutting model mode. So you have E and M. E you can use to mark sharp the drawn edges, and M you can use to mark seams for the newly drawn edges. So right now we're just going to use mark sharp. And if I draw something here, you can see that those edges are marked sharp automatically. So remember that polyline works only with selected faces. Okay, now that we have these lines, this will represent the panel islands, and these are the boundaries that will make up the panel islands. And if we go over to panel cut, we can use either bevel or inset. So with inset, you have to use limit sharp to use those sharp edges. And the new feature for the panel cut operator is I have brought back the node system or geonode system. And if you use this, you can see that in the modifier tab, or if you still have the redo panel settings on, you can change the values here: min, max, offset. Offset being the depth value or extrusion depth of the geonodes. So minimum offset and maximum offset. I've forgotten to include the seed value right here, but it will be in the next update. So you can use the seed value to, of course, randomize the values between the minimum offset and maximum offset. Okay, so we have another one, which is vertex color. And what this will do is let you control the depth or offset of the extrusion using the vertex color values. You can still use saturation, but I suggest you just use the black and white gradation. And if we go over here, let me just hide this. So this is a mesh that I have experimented on. You can see that I have already, let's just clear the seams. I've already created the panel islands using the polyline operator. And this also has a vertex color, which is made using Creative Flow. So if you have Creative Flow, you can use this to quickly set vertex color for the panel islands. Okay, so um, panel cutter, press W and panel cut node system. Let's choose vertex color, and you can select the name here. If you don't have vertex color yet, you can just you cannot select there isn't a drop box or drop down menu here, but you can go over in the data tab in the properties panel and control C, hover the mouse cursor over the name of the color attribute you want, control C, and then go here and control V to copy the name. The only one with the drop down menu is the when you're using the redo panel. Okay, so right now you can see this is the multiplicative offset strength. And if I change, for example, this one here, if I change this to a brighter color, it will go up. It will be higher than the darker colored vertex color. And if we switch this on in edit mode, we can see the effect as we raise and lower the value of the color, toggling this off. So this just lets us better select the faces, then toggling this on to view the effect right in edit mode. There we go. So this just adds a really good level of control when you're using the node system. So for example, this one and this one, I want to have them share the same um, depth value. So I'll just use creative flow to set the vertex color for both of them. There we go. So with this, let me just with this new feature, I think Final Cut has really become a truly non-destructive panel cut detail generator. Okay, so pick or let's just set a value for this. So they have the same offset. I want it higher than this triangle here. So I'll make it brighter than that. There we go. And this one I'll set lower. There you go. Okay, so you can always there are ways to of course you can manually just paint this. There's a flood fill option in if you don't have creative flow, you can go to vertex color and just use black and white gradation. You can fill the faces. I think there's an option there. From the last version, I used the hotkey was K, but I don't know for the newer versions. I haven't used the vertex color option, vertex color feature in Blender yet. For the newer versions, I don't know the flood, but there's a flood fill option there. So if you have pre-select and creative flow, all you can do is just use pre-select something like Control Shift F that will select face island groups and go to press F9, go to the redo panel and select sharp limit. And then you can set the color on a particular panel island. There we go. Control Shift F. You can of course select multiple and you can use something like pick to pick from an existing vertex color from the mesh. I want this lower, for example. There we go. So this is the base mesh, and this is our um, final cutter genome effect. Okay, so you can see here there's a bevel modifier. I use this instead of without the nodal system or the genome system. If we use Final Cut and use inset, use sharp, there is an incept value called thickness, which will scale the faces evenly like that. This doesn't exist in GeoNode yet. The extrusion node doesn't have this. And the one command that I'm using for the script with panel cut and also random flow is inset, not extrude. So it's something called bpy dot bmsh.ops inset, which is of course equivalent to the inset command using I. And there's also bpy dot bmh.ops extrude, which is also the same as the extrude command, which is using E. So the extrude command doesn't have thickness value or property. And right now, The node system or G nodes only has the extrusion node, which doesn't have that property. So it doesn't have the scale. Maybe it's possible using some kind of math, but I don't know how to do it. G node math. But without this, without bevel, you can see that you can't really differentiate the effects or delineate the boundaries between the panel islands. You can see it because of the view for shading, but if I turn off cavity and outline and use object color, you can't really see the detail. And this is what the renderer will see, and this is what the baking engine will see. So in order for the renderer or the baking engine to do its job better, we need to make those edges or the boundaries between the panel islands become more obvious. Outline and cavity. So we're using instead of using thickness, which the extrusion doesn't have, I'm using bevel. You can of course go here and just change the values. So you can use segment of 1 and just use harden normals to make the mesh lighter. Or you can toggle this off and just use a lot of segments to make the edges rounder. This will of course be baked in a normal map. This can be baked in a normal map, but you have to create a bake to lower poly mesh as needed with any baking workflow. Okay, so with this will let you create static background assets to fill up your scenes, and it will be easier for you to do so because it's not that it's more of an enjoyable experience creating these things because you can just draw the lines and use G nodes and other modifiers to create this effect. Then you can, of course, scatter it in your scene. And if you want a certain object to be different, all you have to do is collapse edges or create new ones, just like that. So for example, here, I'm just going to make the artist color uniform. There we go. So you have something else different entirely, or you can just delete everything and start over again by drawing new lines. So you can use this for creating sci-fi hallways, panels, floor panels, side panels, ceilings, crates, of course, and we have cylinders and other types of objects. Um, you can also use this for organics or more organic surfaces like character armor and all that stuff, or um, character clothing and armor. And then also you can use it for creating robots. Of course, the possibility is endless, and it's all modular and non-destructive. You can always go back and change um, everything. If you don't like a detail, just collapse it, Control X. And if you want to repeat everything, limit the zone and just create a new set of lines. Okay. So there's a geonode here, which is clip mirror, and that is only there if you have a mirror modifier. If I disable the clip mirror, you can see the effect here. Oh, okay. Wait. So there's supposed to be a line there, but it's not showing up. Okay. There we go. There. So there's a line in the symmetry line, and the clip mirror will get rid of that because sometimes it will cause distortions in the texture if those faces exist. So that's there just to get rid of those faces. So right now I'm using Random Flow's procedural shader, and it's using the vertex color to create this to create the base color. So I think I forgot to include the final cutter. So there's creative flow, and there's also, I forgot to say random flow. You can also use random flow vertex color to randomize the color of the panel islands, or the panel islands which is marked with their boundaries marked sharp edges. You can use the sharp. So let's use no saturation 3, no saturation value 3 preset, and use sharp. There we go. You can use this as a base to create the vertex color attribute, and then just modify the result after. So for example, I want this higher, same as before, this lower. Okay, so this one, I was about to say that it's already perfect, but let me just lower this one. Okay, so yeah, this will be a really great update, I think, because now you can truly just have fun creating simple base meshes and drawing lines. And of course, you can do this for spaceships as well, for creating spaceships. Okay, so what do you think about these new updates? Tell me in the comments. And yeah, so expect the updates to happen soon. I'll just, of course, finalize some things. And then when I update, an email will be sent to you. Those emails will not contain links or files. All it does is notify you that an update has been made. You still have to go to the stores, log in, and go to your uh, product library, where you have where you have the items that you have bought from before or purchase history, and then download the free update there. If you didn't see the email and you see me in my social media links that I have updated the add-on, you don't have to go to your email to check it. You just have to go to the store, directly to the store. Okay. So yeah, that's it for this video. And again, if you have any comments on the new updates, just the comment section below. And thank you for watching, and you have a nice day.